Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Welcome back and thank you very much for joining me at LIRA in Law and for our usual Thursday get together starting at 7:30 p.m. No, now thank you very much, especially nga ngayon. Napaka-init. It's just it feels like it's every time, no, at the moment, no, when we have our show that it's so warm. It's so warm. So apologies in advance if you can see nga that my hair is just lumilipad. It's flying all over the place. The reason for that is I have very close to me a fan because it's so warm. It's so warm. But anyway, I hope that you're enjoying this warm evening and you've been enjoying the warm evenings, no? And I think there are a few more warm evenings to come, so we shouldn't really complain. Absolutely not. It's quite nice, and of course, no, sa viewers nga natin from the Philippines, the Middle East, that is warm. So really, I'm not complaining. Yung nga lang, it is quite warm nga at the moment. So my apologies if you can hear the buzzing noise. The buzzing noise is my fan. But anyway, ngayon pag-uusapan po natin. Oh gosh, actually, let me just. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me introduce myself because I'm kind of assuming you know me, but we may have some new viewers, no? Ang pangalan ko po, Lira Simon Kabatbat of Douglas Simon Solicitors. I am a solicitor of, 34 years post-qualification experience, which means that does not even include my studies, my training. So if you include those, the studies and indeed the training, which is 6 years, then you're looking at 40. My gosh, I can't even believe it when I say it. No, 40 years in law. So I've been doing this a long time, and I do hope that I'm able to assist you. But nothing, I say again, nothing beats independent legal advice. The best I can do in the short time available to us and with the limited information available to me is try and point you in hopefully the right direction. But as is always the case with legal issues, nothing truly beats someone who's going to look at the facts carefully, no, and will study it and then will give you one-to-one advice. So kung nalilito nga kayo, it doesn't even matter if you think, oh, simple nga lang ang problema. There's it's simple issues are really very much in the eye of the beholder, no? Because something may be simple, at least to someone, is definitely not simple to another. And also facts differ, no? So it could be that a provision which could be applied simply, in fact, is quite complex when you look at it against certain facts, no? So kung ako nga kayo, nalilito kayo, may problema nga kayo, nothing beats independent legal advice. Having said that, we're going to, of course, try and assist where we can. Ang topic po natin nga ngayon is a new thing, and that's why I thought I would choose it as our star question. No, usually we choose, of course, from the viewers' questions, but ngayon, because of this change, the change only came about on the 1st of July 2026, which obviously it's 2 weeks, about 2 weeks old nga lang, not quite yet even. So this change happened on the 1st of July 2026. The UKVI, that is of course, the UK visa and immigration, have now stopped issuing the stickers, the visa vignette, tawag nga nila. So those are the stickers that you normally have on your passport once you, if you're successful in an application to come into the United Kingdom. So yun, nagbago na po ang batas. So yun ang topic nga natin ngayon, simply because it's very new, and I've already had people actually calling me to say, oh, they gave back my passport. No? Bakit nila bigyan passport? Walang nakatatak. What does that mean? So, yung po titignan natin, pero hindi nga lang yun. We actually have lots and lots of questions, really good ones also, and very relevant. So, I think if you have these, if you have similar issues nga, continue tuning in, o kung meron kayong mga kaibigan, kamag-anak nga, you think may be assisted by this, share our content, no? Sharing is caring, no? So just to give you an idea, topic po natin we're going to deal with today. Tonight nga is not just our main topic, yung star question nga natin, which is the end of visa immigration stickers, no? But we're also going to be talking about English language requirements, no? It's a question, it's an issue that comes up very regularly. Dahil lilito nga mga tao, they already have a test, no? Do they need to do another one, for example? Also, topic nga is when can you apply for indefinite leave to remain, where lagpas pa you're entitled now, but you actually have visa going beyond. Again, that's from a viewer nga. Translation of documents. Not really a topic I get asked about a lot. That's sa atin, no? Sa Pinas nga, a lot of documents are also in English. But of course, not all, no? So what do you do if you have documents nga that are in Tagalog? Refusal of visit visa application, that's quite a common scenario, especially at the moment, because a lot of people are making applications to go on holiday. No, what happens? What do you do if it's been refused? And also, I mean, this is something I'm getting a lot of at the moment, probably because it's holiday time. Time limit for holidays, very popular topic. So, can you go beyond? No. 14 days, 21 days, 25 days, 30 days. Ang daming mga chismis na sabi nga, hindi yan pwedeng, hindi ganito, hindi ka na makakabalik. So we're going to deal with that also. Also applying for children who are born in the United Kingdom and who are, say, children of people with skilled work visa nga, no? And to do with the immigration health surcharge, for example, no? And then last but not least, one of the topics nga is returning residents. So kung nakakuha kayong visa nga dito, tapos umalis kayo, natagalan na kayo sa labas, no? Either the Philippines or anywhere else, can you come back into the United Kingdom and make use of your indefinite leave to remain granted years before? No? So lots and lots of topics. And for that reason nga, ang gagawin natin, we'll deal with the our main topic, of course, and then we'll, of course, deal with the other topics. No, we won't take a break for the moment. So, if you're looking to make a cup of tea, delay it, no, because we're gonna continue nga. And of course, may batian nga din, no. So if you want to say hello, it's not too late. Do say hello, okay? Sisingit natin yan because that is my favorite part, no. Now, without further ado, pag-usapan nga natin ang topic. Now, UKVI stopped issuing visa vignette, so the stickers nga on the 1st of July 2026. So less than a little over a week ago, no? So they the end of visa stickers basically. Now, papakita ko sa inyo what I'm sure you know what visa stickers look like. Pakita ko. So ito po, no? Now, in the past, well, until very recently, kung makakuha kayo ng visa, tatatakan nila yung passport nyo, di ba? So you give your passport in, pagka binalik na sa inyo, kolektahin nyo o kaya propose nga sa inyo, makikita nyo may tatak. Ito pong nakikita usually. It's yellow in color. Normally, nandiyan nga yung visa, but that's what it looks like. That is the visa sticker, if you like. Tapos pagka nakapasok na nga kayo dito, alam nyo din, at the airport, normally they actually stamp the date of your entry onto that visa or onto that sticker, no? So that way, makikita din nila, kailan kayo dumating nga dito. And it kind of triggers, no? It means that it then notes, no? When you actually enter the United Kingdom. So usually, may tatak uli, no? Now, that from the 1st of July will no longer be issued. So mga tao, at the moment, I've had clients very worried na sabi, no, binalik yung passport sa akin, yung passport ko, but walang tatak. Anong ibig sabihin? Let me take you through the process na nga ngayon. So, when you make an application nga for say, visit visa or any kind of visa, yun dati, no? You give in your passport and then when you get it back, you on. But that's no longer going to be the case or no longer the case. So if you make a successful application for a visa to come to the UK, no, now you will only get an e-visa, no? It's the digital visa, the computer visa, no? Ibig sabihin, it will you need really a smartphone. So makikita niyo doon, if you go on your phone, you log on to your account nga, makikita nyo doon yung visa. So if your passport is with the visa application center, no, and say nagpasok nga kayo ng application for visit visa or any kind of visa, ang gagawin nila, ibabalik nila yung passport nyo even though the application is still being processed. So huwag kayong mag-alala kung pasok nyo nga ngayon, the next day you get it back. Hindi naman ibig sabihin na na-refuse yung application nyo, but they don't need it anymore because they're not gonna stamp the passports. Babalik nila sa'yo. Now, they normally, if you need to collect it, then they will email you. They will let you know that you can come and go and collect. They always say, no, unless they tell you to come to collect, don't go. Because they won't entertain you nga, no? So, let's say, nagpasok nga kayong application and your application was successful. Normally, you would get an email nga saying so, and then you will get an e-visa only. So, bago kayo, so you need to open an account, ibig sabihin, yeah? So, you need to note nga there that yung pangalan nyo, yung passport number and all that. It's simple lang naman when you can open an account nga. And then, before you travel to the United Kingdom, you need to sign into your UKVI account to view your e-visa and then, of course, check your permission. Now, additionally, sinasabi ko sa mga kalayante ko, absolutely, you need to have your phone, you need to be ready nga. But normally, just as an additional caution nga, I also print out, the picture bit. Makikita niyo yung picture nyo, and there it would say the type of visa, or normally on the second page nga. Just print that out, and then travel with that also. Maybe keep it with your passport nga. It's not of course a replacement to the sticker, but it's just in case nga there's something happens with your phone, for example, then you have at least a paper document. No? So yun. So kung nakuha nyo nga, binalik sa inyong passport nyo, huwag kayong mag-alala. It does not mean that you've had a refusal. It just means that to prove your visa, to allow you entry into the United Kingdom, you need to prove it now by way of an e-visa, electronic visa. So it's a digital visa now. And that took into effect, that came into play on the 1st of July, 2026. So it's a little over a week old nga, the process. So yun. So beware, ha? So huwag kayong nga mag-alala. So I've had a few panic people already, where that their passports have been returned to them. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry. Now so I wanted to use that nga as a topic because it's very new. At saka alam ko maraming mga tao nag-aalala. So huwag kayong mag-alala kung ganyan ang sitwasyon nyo. Now, let's launch into our topics. Ang dami natin kailangang pag-usapan nga ngayon. I don't want to miss anyone out. So, tingnan nga natin. Let me have a look. I think it's to do nga with the English requirement. So, sandali. Tingnan ko nga ito. Let me have a look. Ito. Okay. Ask ko lang po sana, sabi niya, no? Kung ang skilled worker na meron na pong B2 qualification, well done. B2 is not easy to get. At mag-a-apply ng ILR, no? Indefinite leave to remain sa 2028. Hindi po rin bang ulit mag-retake, no? So, may B2 ka na. If you remember, to apply for indefinite leave to remain, kailangan yung pakita two things, no, in the way of tests. Yeah, there's the Life in the UK test, and then there's the B1 at the moment B1 qualification. Nga, if you've taken the B2, that's a higher level than the B1, and that's fine. No? So yun, those are the two things that you need to submit in order to be able to apply for indefinite leave to remain. Now, kung hindi pa kayo ang sitwasyon niya, may B2 na siya, no? Pero hindi pa siya entitled to apply for indefinite leave to remain until 2028, which is 2 years away from now. So, kailangan pa ba niyang kumuha uli? So, so ito. Now, usually, certificates issued by approved providers, so the people who provide you with the test, like I think I can't recall now. It's a Pearson, no, for example, is one of them. So usually the English language certificate, be it B1, B2, and A1 or A2, will expire after 2 years. However, you can reuse it in certain circumstances. And ito, if you already used it for a previous immigration application nga, that certificate can be reused for future applications. Let me give you an example. No? So sabihin natin, pumasok nga kayo, you submitted in support of an application 2 years ago, or to a B1 certificate. Even though kailangan nyo nga lang is A1. Now, if that application was approved, okay, the B1 certificate remains valid for subsequent applications. That includes visa extension for A2. So sabihin natin, nasa Pilipinas kayo, ang ginamit niya, nakakuha yung B1, when you only really need an A1, no? Ginamit yung B1. For your next application, it should be a minimum of A2, usually yung kailangan nyo, but you already did the B1, no? And the B1 is higher than the A2. You can therefore use the B1 certificate, even though it's already over 2 years, because you used it for a previous application, which was successful nga. Now, so, you can go further, no? So sabihin natin, you used it for your initial application to enter the UK. You used it again to extend nga your visa. So then you've completed 2 lots of 2.5 years nga as a spouse. Pwede mo pa rin gamitin the B1. You can again use it for your application for indefinite leave to remain. No? And then even further than that, you can actually use the B1 for your naturalization application. So if you're lucky, you have one certificate that you can use throughout, because you've used it in an immigration application before, which was successful. But, and this is upsetting for some people, the English language requirement will change in March 2027, 26th of March 2027, next year. Right? So it's going to go up from B1, in fact, to B2. No? For and some have already actually gone up already, but for most, if not all, applications that require English language, by then it's gonna go up from B1 to B2. So ibig sabihin, yung viewer nga natin, if she did, or actually she did the B2, well done you, no, B2 na. So if you did the B2 already, it doesn't matter that it's gonna go up, as long as they don't change it now, yung batas nga. So beware that it could be that that's not the only change that they implement nga, no? So if you already had a B2, if things do not change, then strictly speaking, you can carry on using it, no? But again, every time magpapasok kayong application, importante po, seek advice, because it could be that something was introduced that you need to comply with. And actually, on that note, our next question actually, our next viewer nga, yung question nga niya, deals exactly with the point that concerns me. No, if you submit nga the wrong or insufficient English language. So let me have a look at the next question, because it follows quite nicely. So sabi niya dito, no, hello attorney, sabi niya, I would like to seek your advice regarding my ILR, indefinite leave to remain eligibility. I was originally on the 5-year spouse visa route. Right? So, however, when I applied to extend my visa after 2.5 years, I was not aware that I needed to take the A2 or B1. It had to be higher, no? English test. Instead, I submitted my previous A1 English test certificate. As a result, the Home Office moved me to the 10-year route. So dumoble ang kailangan niyang pakita, no? So rather than being able to apply for indefinite leave to remain after 2 lots of 2.5 years, so totaling out to 5 years, dumoble. So she was moved to the 10-year route. The reason being, she did not satisfy all the conditions, no, under the 5-year route. and the only thing was the A1. So anyway, so she first arrived. So that's not it is an unfortunate consequence of submitting the wrong thing. So as I say, this is case in point, no? So kung magpapasok nga kayong application, truly, nothing beats independent legal advice. And it meant, of course, no, dumoble nga. It means two additional costs also. So it's unfortunate that it's really penalized her, no? And it was simply a question of A1 rather than A2. Right? So case in point nga. Now, so sabi niya, but that's not her concern. So sabi niya, as a result, the Home Office moved me to the 10-year route. I first arrived in the UK in October 2016. Right? So I will have completed 10 years of continuous residence by October 2026. However, upon checking my current visa, it's valid until April 2027. Okay? May I ask if I can already apply for indefinite leave to remain, so for ILR, no, in October 2026, once I reach 10 years continuous residence, or do I need to wait until my current visa expires in April 2027? So thank you very much for your guidance. Again, nothing beats independent legal advice. But, tingnan nga natin ito. So, what does the general rule says ito? The time limit applicable is 10 years. Okay? Ending with the date of your application. So, kung dumating ka dito 1st of October 2026, then 2016, the ibig sabihin, you are actually exactly 10 years by 1st of October 2026. Be very careful with the date because they do look at the date you submit the application. So if you're too early, then arguably you don't satisfy the 10 years. No? So use don't go too early. No, so I would advise you actually if it's 1st of October, submit it no earlier than the 1st of October. But the good news is you can actually make an application in October rather than waiting for April. No, because by April, of course, it's then about 6 months or so beyond the 10 years now. So you can make an application under the 10-year route. Family route 10 years, or indeed under the private life route, again 10 years now, but it has to be 10 years, no? So yeah, you can apply earlier. Pero ang payo ko nga din, explain in the reps, no? Na makikita naman nila, hindi pa matatapos ang visa mo. But of course, you will say, you arrived in the UK in October 1st of October, whenever that is, 1st of October 2016. You've continuously been living in the United Kingdom since. You probably have had some holidays, but as long as they're not too many, actually that's one of the questions now later on. So all of those need to be explained in the reps. So October 2026, which means, ano na tayo ngayon? We are now July na tayo. Time's running away from me. July, August, September, October. So in 3 months' time. Let me know what happens, huh? Now, next question natin. Actually, let me just have a look. It's to do with ito. Okay. Now, ito. I like this one because it's not one that I get asked a lot about. So I would like to ask for your advice regarding a UK visit application for parents. No? If we plan to use a land title as proof of strong ties to the Philippines, is it necessary to have the land title officially translated into English, or can it be submitted in its original Filipino version? I mean, I've seen a few land titles, and normally they're also in English, no? But anyway, let me read to you the Home Office guidance. This is directly from the Home Office website. So it's under Visiting the United Kingdom, Guide to Supporting Documents. It was updated on the 25th of February 2026. So sabi nila ito, if you submit a document that is not in English or Welsh, it must be accompanied by a full translation that can be independently verified by the Home Office. Now, each translation must contain confirmation from the translator that it is an accurate translation of the original document, the date of the translation, the translator's full name and signature, and the translator's contact details. So they want to check it. So quick answer is yes, it needs to be translated, and it should be formally translated. Yeah. I mean, sometimes if it's only, if it's oftentimes, so for example, marriage contract, birth certificate nga natin, it's normally in both, no, from memory. So yeah, so the answer is yes, it needs to be translated. But I know you didn't ask this, but let me just also give you another tip nga, no? So yung land title, ang payo ko, don't just submit it, ganon, explain also. So in the statement from your parents maybe, or ikaw, they should say, I have submitted also land title relating to land that I own or we own at the address at whatever it is, no? Sabihin nyo din doon, I submit this in support of 2 issues, no? It can be noted that I do have land and assets nga in the Philippines, and this is approximately however much it is, no? I'm required to till the land, you know, if it's farmland nga, or supervise nga. So it shows nga you ties, but also shows assets, you know? And in the 2 assets and ties are often, they shouldn't really be interlinked, but they very much are, you know? So the more you can show in the way of assets, the more comfortable they may well be that you're not someone who's going to overstay in the United Kingdom. I mean, that's, you know, the reality of it. So you're on, but that's my tip for you. But absolutely, you do need to get documents translated properly. Now, I'm sure marami tayong mga questions. Let me have a look. So sabi niya ito. Ito. Hello, attorney, sabi niya, no? I recently applied for my sister and her family on 20 June. Okay, so a couple of weeks ago. But unfortunately, their application was refused for the 3rd time. Oh dear. After reviewing the refusal decision, I believe the Home Office may have placed too much weight on certain factors while overlooking the evidence we submitted. In a situation like this, how can we determine whether the refusal was legally reasonable? It's a great question. Or if there may have been an error in the decision-making process. Additionally, what would be the most appropriate course of action to improve their chances of success if they decide to apply again? Great question. Especially nga at the moment, dahil maraming mga tao papasok sa application because they want to holiday, because it's holiday time. So unang-una, when you're looking at the decision nga, are there factual errors? No? By that, I mean clear factual errors. So for example, I've had cases where the reference to the country is wrong. No? So rather than say Philippines, they referred to the country as India. So it shows, I would say, either that they didn't look at it, at best they didn't look at it properly. No? At worst, they didn't look at it at all. No? So you're on, because how can you get the country wrong? So yon, you can also look at, they may give some hints as to what documents actually they also looked at, but where there are many factual inaccuracies or that they're just completely wrong, then you can consider doing what's called there's no appeal because it's a visit visa application, but you can see about challenging it by saying what's called judicial review. You don't have to go all the way to judicial review necessarily but you can do a pre-action protocol letter, and you can say to them, if you don't change your mind, then we may go for judicial review. Lots of people find that quite difficult, that can be quite expensive, quite complex area of law, but that's the only way otherwise of calling them up on what's clearly factual inaccuracies. Now, what you could also do is make another application. No? Alam ko 4th time na Dahil, no, tatlong beses na silang refuse, fourth time is the application. But this time, you must make sure nga that you deal with all the reasons for the refusal. Ilista nyo, no? So you can say, because then they'll know that you've had a refusal. So if you don't deal with the issues, they'll just refuse it again. So you can, what I normally do for my clients is I say, okay, we've had 3 refusals. The first refusal was to do with this. I will deal with this, no? As follows. So sasabihin mo, why do you say that actually they were wrong in concluding they did? If there are factual inaccuracies, you can also say that. It could be na sabi nilang sweldo mo ito, at iba naman. So deal with the issues nga. Ang payo ko nga din, if they did not, or you did not nga, submit statements, parang affidavit, no? Explaining yung situation nga nila, you should. Because the Home Office will not know, of course, no? Ang talagang background. If you only submit, say, bank statements, no real explanation, o kaya title deeds, no, sa mga lupa, no real explanation again. They may be more, they may, if they're already uncomfortable with the facts, then they may refuse rather than grant. Pero kung i-explain nyo nga, sabihin nyo doon, oh, ito, nakatira doon kami, kasama namin lola, lolo, whatever your family ties nga, or you have may negosyo nga kayo, hindi nga lang sa lupa, but actually you have, various transportations, for example. It's for you to decide, to explain, no, your situation nga. And that I find is best done by way of yung statements, no? Sinasabi niyo doon yung istorya. It doesn't have to be long also. And for goodness sake, don't make it melodramatic. No, I've read statements that said, "Oh, I would like to. I've not seen my Lola since however many years," and then they go on to say how important. Of course, relationships are important, but it doesn't have to be. When you're putting it to the Home Office, what they want to see are facts. Not melodramatic. You know what I mean. At least I hope so. Now, so yun, no right of appeal, as I say, but possible challenge judicial review. So deal with the issues. Don't shy away from it or hope that they won't remember or they won't notice. They will, because they will look at that. So it's for you to distinguish the new application you're going to make from the previous refusals. Importante yun. Otherwise, you'll find 4th time refusal ulit. Keep me informed. Yeah, I'd very much like to know. Now, I know we have some more questions. So, let me have a look. Ito. So, sabi niya ito. Hello, attorney. No? May question lang po ako. Pagkabuo pa bang 30 days ka nasa Pinas para sa bakasyon, okay lang po ba yun? Hindi ko po, nagkakaproblema po ako. Hindi ba ako magkakaproblema sa immigration sa UK pabalik? Sabi po kasi ng kasama ko, maximum 25 days lang daw dapat para safe. Please enlighten me po. Chismis lang po yun. 30 days holiday is not usually a problem unless, cumulative absences imply that you're no longer, say, living in the UK. So let me explain that, no? So kung 30 days nga lang, sabihin natin, most of us, we have work commitments or school commitments nga, and we can really only take 30 days. At saka layo ng Pilipinas, no? And also, pagka nandun ka na, you want to enjoy, you want to be with your family, you want to spend as much time nga with them as possible. At layo nga. So you don't really, it's not like Paris where you can have maybe a weekend, tapos balik ka dito, and then balik ulit. So 30 days, I can absolutely understand. In fact, a lot of my clients go for longer nga. But if hindi nga lang 30 days ngayon, sabihin natin, but actually, you've been out of the United Kingdom more than when you've been in the United Kingdom, and then it could be that the Home Office may then begin to wonder if you're on a spouse visa, whether you're actually living with your partner in the UK. No? But if it's 30 days, typically, say once a year or even twice a year, 30 days nga, hindi po yun usually problema. I mean, if you have been out of the UK for longer, it could be that it then later on affects your indefinite leave to remain application. because to do nga with absences from the UK, or indeed if you're making an application for naturalization. But I don't get the feeling na yun ang problema nga dito. So kung 25 days nga lang, so isang taon, isang beses ka lang uuwi, 25 days or 30 days, nag-aalala ka, go for 30 days. Okay? You should go for 30 days. Huwag kang mag-alala. It should not be an issue. The only thing, of course, to be aware of is siguraduhin mo may visa ka pa pabalik dito. Okay? Make sure. Because that would indeed be a problem. Now, I'm sure meron pa tayong mga questions. I'm racing through because I want to fit everyone in. No? So sabi, ito. Hello po, sabi niya, for application po ng indefinite leave to remain next year, September. So magpapasok niya September nga. Tapos nabook na po akong ticket pa uwi ng Pilipinas for vacation in August next year din. So, pwede siya mag-apply for indefinite leave to remain in September. Pero nag-book siya ng ticket pa uwi sa atin for vacation nga in August, no? Question lang po, pwede po ba akong mag-apply ng ILR after ng bakasyon ko, o bawal po ba lumabas ng bansa hanggang di pa ako nagpa-file ng application? Okay. So sitwasyon, pwede siya mag-apply indefinite September. Gusto niya mag-holiday in August. Pwede ba yun? No? The answer is yes. So, ang una nyo kailangan tingnan nga is, when does the visa expire? When does your visa expire? Siguraduhin mo na may visa ka pa pagkababalik ka dito. No? So, if you do, so sabihin natin September nga, pwede ka magpasok ng indefinite leave to remain, pero ang visa mo, meron ka pa visa hanggang December, or indeed even October. No? But may visa ka pa. Ang balak mo, uwi ka sa atin, August, isang buwan ka doon, 30 days, around 25 days, now from the previous viewer nga, then can you then come back, say in September, and then maybe in September nga, then maybe sa hanggang October to make the application? Yes, absolutely, you can do that. No? As long as may visa ka pa nga. So ang di nga lang pwedeng mangyari is, let's say, nagpasok ka ng application, no? Alam mo, matatapos ng visa mo in September, nagpasok ka ng application, sabihin natin in August, no? Say 28 days before the September nga. Tapos uwi ka sa atin. For one thing, your application nga will be treated as abandoned. So you may have a problem, and you will have a problem in coming back. So kung balak mo umuwi sa atin, kailangan mong magbakasyon muna, and then when you're back, as long as you still have a visa, then pursue your application for indefinite leave to remain. It doesn't have to be nga exacto. So if you are entitled to apply for indefinite leave to remain nga in September, as long as you still have a visa, you can apply in September, or you can apply in October, or you can even apply in November nga, as long as you continue to have a visa. So yun. Good luck. I hope you have a good day. Look, I really hope you go on holiday. Marami akong makalayante, hindi sila umuwi. Mainly, really, because natatakot sila dahil nga chismisan, no? Truly. Now, okay. So, question po natin ulit to. Pleasant day po sa lahat, sabi niya. To you too, no? I'm working with a private company as a HCA, so healthcare assistant, I assume it means, for a couple of years na po. Wala pa po akong indefinite leave to remain. Ang question ko po, paano po bang mag-process ng visa if infant, no? So may bata siya dito siguro pinanganak, no? Also, I went from on the website, pero pinagbabayad po ako ng healthcare surcharge. Okay? Do I need to pay, especially working po sa healthcare sector? So, unang-una, I'm assuming na yung baby mo, ipinanganak nga dito. Let me just read to you, though, what the Home Office website actually say about IHS, Immigration Health Surcharge. Now, this is under the category who does not need to pay IHS, no? You will be able to use the NHS without paying the surcharge or getting a reference number if your healthcare worker who is eligible for healthcare work visa, or you're their dependent. Yung anak mo, of course, dependent. No? Ang gagawin ko, I'll see if I can, probably won't be able to do it now, but I'll try and remember for tomorrow. I will send you, I'll post on our website nga, the link to two things nga. The section for when you're making an application nga, for a child to remain in the UK, a child born in the United Kingdom, you want to apply nga for their visa to remain with you in the UK, so they were born in the UK and as your dependent nga. And also the section about the UK immigration health search that yung binasa ko nga kanina. So have a look, no, at our Facebook page nga tomorrow. Or tonight, okay? It depends on whether I can upload it nga tonight. But if otherwise for tomorrow nga, and I'll post the link there, okay? Yeah, and then let me know what happens, huh? Let me know what happens. Now, I know we have some more questions. Kung gusto niyo akong batiin, nanonood kayo, hinihintay niyo, don't go away. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. Now, ito, question po ito. Hi, attorney, it's Miss, tapos may blank. Because I don't want to, it's private nga din, no, of course, no? So, anyway, so, magkakilala nga kami. Kamusta po kayo, sabi niya? Okay lang po, ikaw. No? I just want to ask, attorney, para sa tita ko, no, na US citizen na siyang 25, for 25 years. From UK resident po siya dati, pinetition siya ng nanay niya, lola ko, no? If ever gusto niyang lumipat dito, pwede ba niyang mailaban yung residency niya dati, no? Thank you po, no? Now, this is a great question. Now, ito. So, sitwasyon nga, yung tita nga niya, dati nandito siya nakatira. Indefinite na nga siya dati, no? Umalis siya dito, napunta siya sa US, and US citizen na siya, 25 years na doon. So, kung babalik siya, gusto niyang bumalik sa UK, pwede ba niyang ilaban nga yung maibalik sa kanya yung indefinite leave to remain, yung settlement status niya? Yes, it's a possibility, but as what ang tawag returning resident. The main problem with that kind of application is an application from abroad, no? Main problem with that kind of application is kailangan niyo pakita that you have maintained ties, no, to the United Kingdom. The longer you're away from the UK, then the less it could be that they say the less ties you have to the UK. So, for example, I don't get many of these types of applications, but I do ever so often. Yeah. So, I had a matter where my clients left the UK, went to the Philippines. Problema nga lang, natagalan nga sila doon for various reasons. Tapos over 2 years. Usually the deadline is 2 years. If you're away from the United Kingdom continuously for 2 years or more, and ang anti mo 25 years, then your indefinite leave to remain is automatically rescinded, no? So they don't even need to do anything. They don't need to tell you na yung mangyayari. It's simply automatically rescinded. So wala na, no? So ibig sabihin nga sa kanya, it was automatically rescinding after the 2 years, no, on her 2 years in the US. But you can get it back, but only as I say, if you can make an application, successful application, as a returning resident, you know? And that would only be granted, as I say, if you can show that you actually have maintained ties in the UK. In the case of some of my clients nga, it would be things like meron pa silang kamag-anak nga dito, meron pa silang titirang nga dito, meron silang kamag-anak nga dito, meron silang bank account dito, no? So all those things you need to be able to show. If the Home Office are convinced that indeed you have been maintained strong ties to the UK, so really you continue to be resident in the UK even though physically you were not here, no? Then you can get your indefinite leave to remain back. So makukuha nyo indefinite leave to remain, babalik sa inyo basically. So that's why it's called returning resident. I don't know what the fee is at the moment, I can't remember, but it is one of the more expensive fees to the Home Office So have a look. Good luck. Nice to hear from you. Now, I think that may be for the moment mga questions nga natin. And that which just leaves me a little bit of time to say hello, no? Oh my gosh, ang init, ano? I'm so sorry. You probably see me and you think, my gosh, mainit nga, pinapawis na ako. Meron akong pamaypay, no? It's and my apologies, as I said, my hair's going all over the place. It's that or sweating more than I already am. Now, let me just see kung may mga nag-hello sa akin. Oh, Miss Jones, Marilyn Jones, a very hot, Thursday evening, Attorney Lira, and to all viewers. Another evening of lots of learning. I hope so. I really do hope so. And as I said, the only issue is whilst I'm sitting here, nga makikita, lumilipad ng buhok ko. How are you, Miss Jones? I hope you. I mean, it's probably too hot to be dancing away, but Miss Jones is a great dancer. Absolutely. Miss Rafael. We love Miss Rafael. And she's feeling good because she's writing to us all in caps now. Good evening, Attorney Lira, and happy Thursday, everyone. Watching from Pinas. Oh, my God. Are you having a good time? I hope you're having a good time, no? I was thinking, in when Wimbledon is on, I always think, especially of you, Miss Rafael, because Miss Rafael hails from Wimbledon, the iconic place of for tennis, of course, no? And tingnan mo, what a commitment. She's watching from the Philippines. Madaling araw. Anong ginagawa mo? Hindi ka na ba natutulog, madam? Hazel. Oh, Ludwig. Good evening po, Attorney Lira. Hello, how are you? Oh, so nice to hear from you. It's is that the family? Oh, wow. Lorna Miss Diesta. Lorna Diesta. Good evening po, Ma'am Lira. Sabi niya, on the bus now. This is commitment. She's on the bus, she's watching, yeah? On the bus towards home. Thanks for another informative night. Greetings to all the viewers, no? God bless and take care. God bless, Miss Siesta. I hope you're well, no? I hope you're well. I hope you're not too hot. I mean, sorry. Now you can see me. My hair's flying all over the place, huh? Miss Nadella. Miss Reese Nadella. Hi, Attorney Lira. Sabi niya, hello, madam. How are you? I hope you're well. I hope you're not working too hard. Miss Nadella works really hard, no? Egay, the great guy from London. A boiling Thursday to Attorney Lira and to the viewers. Working Canary Wharf today. Ooh, unbearable underground train. Oh, yeah, I can imagine that, no? May dala po ako mini fan. Bawas init, no? I'm now ambassador of Atin Siopaw Asado. It's my dinner now while listening to your lovely voice. Oh, that's so nice. You can order on the network link. I can post here with your permission, please. Of course, yeah. Looking forward to lots of learning again. Guy, the great guy from London. Actually, I'm do post because I'm gonna order. I'm gonna order. I don't have any dinner tonight. Oh, Mr. Dua, Edgar. We love Edgar. I love this photo. I know I've said it many times before, but truly, it's a very James Bond photo, no? Magandang gabi, sabi niya, no? At sa inyong lahat, hello, butihing, Attorney Lira C. Another dagdag kaalaman day. Ano, tama. Edgar, I know you're hailing from Derby, no? Mainit ba sa Derby? It's probably mainit sa lahat, no? It is, I don't think any place has been spared. Oh, hello po, Lady Emmeline Rafael and Sir Egay. It's great yung community natin, no? And Edgar will attest to this. We all met COVID time, di ba? No, Edgar? About COVID time. Tapos, and since then, we've actually just continued to be, to keep in contact. Oh, eto po, off sick ka because of back pain. Oh no, getting old and crispy na po. It's lovely. We love Edgar. We do. May Tigbaw-Vargas, sabi niya, hello and good evening, Attorney Lira, and all the viewers. Happy Thursday. God bless everyone. Watching from Exeter, Devon. I'm jealous, May, that this weather in Exeter, or in Devon, no, must be beautiful. Well, of course, I mean, it's a beautiful place, summertime. Miss Paner, Mariam Galicia Paner. Hello po, Attorney Lira. At sa lahat, happy Thursday po. Happy Thursday, madam. Are you well? Are you in the country? Are you also traveling nga, no? Oh, si Edgar sabi niya, ayan pa si Miss Paner present. No, tama ka, no? It's really great dahil yeah, Miss Paner, no, it's Edgar, of course, no, Egay and Ma'am Rafael, and May also, di ba? So yung mga viewers natin nga ngayon nangangamusta sa akin. We've been together now since COVID, di ba? Si Miss Diesta, sabi niya, oh, I'm home na, having my dinner. What are you having, Miss Diesta? Hindi pa ako kumakain. Actually, I'm probably order from Egay's link. Wala akong pagkain nga ngayon. Thank you po so much for answering my question. Pleasure as always, Hazel. Absolute pleasure. I hope you're not distracted by my flying here at the moment. Now, let me just see if there's anyone else because it's nag-meet na po tayo person. Of course, sa maligayang kaarawan, no, ni Lady Emmeline Rafael birthday, along with my wife and Attorney Dana. Absolutely, no. I remember, sir. Of course, I remember. I even have still our photo together. We did a selfie, remember? No, nasa akin pa rin yun. Of course, I know. Anyway, how's Mrs.? I hope she's well, ha? Inaalagaan ka ba niya? No? I'm sure she is. Miss Tanet, I'm okay po, Attorney Lira, sabi niya. Salamat po. I'm glad, no, dahil kailangan nyo din mag-ingat, no? Actually, someone was telling me about this, about life being quite short, no? And tama siya, of course, dahil sabi nga niya sa akin, matagal na nga siya dito, she's not really taken time to enjoy life nga. And then problems came about. Sabi niya, no, life is so short. So talaga, life is short, no? And I really hope you enjoy it. Even if it's things nga like, have a barbecue. Actually, kahapon, I had barbecue chicken. That's the link to order. Titingnan ko yon. Absolutely. Yan, tingnan nyo. I love good. I do love food. I particularly like good food nga. I'm having menudo with couscous. Talaga, I love couscous. No? And menudo. Oh, that's delicious. Ikaw nagluto, Miss Tiesta. I must admit, tamad ako magluto. So I'm the first one to dial for takeaway. I should not really. But I do. I need to be careful nga, no? Tumatanda na nga ako. Maybe shouldn't have too many takeaways nga. But life's too short. Now, okay. Gosh, ang bilis-bilis ng panahon, no? It's already 8:30. Where does the time go? I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly have. And I rushed through because we have so many questions, so many topics nga, our questions. I hope they've been helpful nga to you. Kung meron kayong mga kaibigan, kamag-anak, you think would be assisted nga, share our content. Sharing is caring. And again, kung nalilito nga kayo, you have questions nga, because of the limitation in time and also, of course, the limitation of facts that I have. Nothing beats independent legal advice. Do it. You can get you can see a solicitor on a fixed fee basis, and that's not too expensive. Should be, and then that way they can at least point you in the right direction. Yeah. Now, otherwise, salamat po. Gosh, time goes so fast, really so fast. Thank you po to the Facebook groups that allow us to post our contents on their pages. Salamat po. Absolute big thanks, to our viewers, of course. Thank you for saying hello. My favorite part. Absolute thank you. It's big thanks, of course, to those people who, to the viewers who posted their questions. Without those questions, it would be far less interesting. But I hope that you'll be able to join me again next week, for our usual Thursday get-together at LIRA in Law from 7:30 on a Thursday. So I hope you'll be able to join me then. Until then, thank you very much again for joining me, and I hope that you can again, same time, same place. Good night. Okay. Oh. May pahabol. Miss Vargas, kamusta? I'd said goodbye, but let me come. Let me roll back the time. Miss Vargas, kamusta po si Watson? It just shows you Miss Vargas has been tuning in for a long time. Watson is my aso ko po siya. He's my very big Labrador who eats a lot. So next week, ang gagawin ko, just for you, Miss Vargas, no? I'll upload a photo of Watson. Matanda na din siya, no? Like all of us. Absolutely, like all of us nga. So it's yun. Now, oh my God. Dinner namin, ginisang munggo. Wow, with chicharon, pinky, and spinach. Delicious, Edgar. Oh, I love munggo. Even as a child, no? Especially nga, munggo tsaka may ampalaya. I don't know what ampalaya is in English. Is it bitter melon or something? No? We have munggo with ampalaya and absolutely chicharon. Oh my gosh, delicious! You're making me feel so hungry. Miss Diesta, good night. Good night, madam. I hope you sleep well. It's quite hard to sleep nga at the moment because it's so warm, no? So it's but yeah, it's quite warm to sleep. Now, so fine. So there, I wanted to, because I know I said goodbye earlier on, but I rolled back the time because I wanted to, you're very kind to say hello, and I wanted to say hello back. Salamat po. Now, I will say good night again. So thank you very much for joining me, and I hope you'll be able to join me again next week for our usual Thursday evening get together from 7:30 onwards at LIRA in Law. Hope to see you next week, same time, same place. Good night again.